Alright, post-battle. And we're checking out the free actions here. I think that might be it. Let me see. I thought I might have seen one for the British. Retreating before combat. That's what we should have did. The old, it all depends on the modifiers and the die rolls on that combat for Norwich, and like anything else. Which sides has the better eye, better aim, and whose muskets found their targets? There you go. That's the way it is everywhere. Leader beginning and lay siege. Roll for a siege table. I think that's it. Forced to withdraw from Caribbean. I think that is it. I'm not seeing anything else for British. It was a good British turn in one way where we captured Philadelphia. But we got a little cocky with our going against the rebels. The rabble. Yeah, I thought the disciplined British Army could do it, but no. As in real life, all right, moving land units via. I don't see anything else here. Lay siege, drawing a siege table. Nothing's built. Can't do loyalists yet. Why we can't withdraw because there wasn't a major victory. Six Nations have the card hasn't been drawn. So I believe that is it. We will move on over to the colonial action pulse. That will involve. You'll push me, pull you down here to number 3. Or they will both be. There you go. And it will be the colonial turn. Let's go over here to the sequence of play. Player performs his first action pulse by moving his combat. Yep, one single force, one single space. Free actions, they did. That movement from Britain or England was a free move. Perform this, blah, 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 blah. When all action was viewed, the other player proceeds with his action pulse. Let's see what the colonials have up their sleeves. We'll be right back. First thing we're going to do before anything else is one of these free actions. We're going to complete our fort. What does it say? Completing a fort already on its built side. It'll be over here. There you go. We make sure everything's good for this. And I guess that might double our defense. I'm not sure. We have a magazine and a nice little contingent of 8 militia in Worcester. Or would that be Lexington and Concord? Oh. So there you go. Oops. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's good. Let me make sure forts are legal. Eagle there. We'll be right back. Alright, I don't see any restrictions on terrain or anything else involved. I think we followed the right procedures. But forts, and just make note of this, they're mostly for weak units, like 1 or 2 strength units. It does say here, strength points exceeding 2 get no advantage from a fort. Just a nice little spot for just a few units to go to. Makes sense. We like all the idiosyncrasies when you think about it. Alright, when a combat occurs containing a fort, it is resolved as one. Yeah, we know all about that. Old Gilbert don't like the concept of being in and out. Like they're doing War and Peace, the Napoleonic game. Alright, I'm pretty sure constructing forts can be constructed. There you go. We already did that. We spent our 4 movement points. The player's next action point is flipped over to its fort side. No extra AP costs. We're good with that. Forts can be voluntarily destroyed. Forts can be placed under siege or captured. If there are no strength points, the attacking. Yep, we're there. Alright. Each side cannot have more than 6, so there you go. That's something to know about. A fort with only a garrison can still be over 1, but not if at least 1 strength point. Alright, we're good. We'll look at that when we attack them, if we attack them. That'll take care of one of our free moves. I don't know what I'm going to do about my regular move yet. I just remember we were wanting to get that fort built before anything else happens, I guess. Oh, wrong place. Well, I won't bore you. We'll be right back. Alright, leaders arrive on the board by following directions on a reinforcement chart. A leader from the leader pool can be activated by expanding my action pulse and placing him on any space with a friendly strength point that is under siege. There you go. we're all set. We're going to activate. Oh, which leaders do we have here? Let me bring them over. With the old push me, pull you. Grab leaders. Since this game is so freaking long. There you go. And we have Ward and Putnam. Both the same. Which one space do I like better? Who would be the better? A Ward, Mr. Putnam. Oh, we're going with A Ward. So he will be the one we are going to put on to Worcester. We'll be right. Oh, back. There you go. We just got us a nice leader there. We were wondering about that, and now we got one, so we'll put him there. Leaders on top, leaders on top. All right, that'll take care of my action pulse for this turn. Now they're activated, but I don't think I want them to do anything. Huh. Let me see here. Gage in Boston with 4. And he's got a entrenchment. Huh. 4, 6, 7, 8. A C-rated general versus a D-rated general. Yeah, let's roll us a die to activate Mr. Ward. And, did we learn our lesson with the last combat? But the opportunity might not present itself again. Maybe we can't even do that. Let's hold on and see what's going on here. We'll be right back. Let's have some fun with this game. A Ward gets to be put on that stack, and that stack's activated. We're going to take us a rebel die. Yeah, you're right. You're hearing it right. Oh, he gets a 5 though. 5 though. Mr. Ward fails his attempt to gather the troops for the attack. All right, well there you go. That is a narrative on that one. Old Ward couldn't get it going. We tried. We were eager. We thought maybe the word had spread about old Edgar Allan and the Green Mountain Boys, but old Mr. Ward, folks around Worcester, weren't having no part of it. I think that's going to take care of our second action pulse. We will see what we do. We still have 2 more left. No, we've got 3 more left. We just used up number 4. We're on 3, so let me make sure we're doing this all right. We'll be back having us some good times down here when it's kickback time of year, and playing us some. Oh, sorry about that. I like this little tool here. This is pretty nice. Might want to get you guys one if you should come in the box. We're back. I really want to get this straight here now. We rolled for initiative. The British won. They took their action pulse. I just took my action pulse. We moved that action round marker down 1. There's 4 action rounds in an action cycle. So we just did action round 4. We're now going on action round 3. The first action round is over. Or rather, we did action round 1. They did it the other way, backwards, of course. All right. Now we'll go down here. Both players roll a d6 again for initiative. So we're on that. British with a 4. British. So I don't have to move that marker. It's the same. Bad roll by the rebels. Is it going to come back to haunt them? All right. Ooh, repeat steps 1 through 6 for action rounds 3 and 4. Okay, so now we'll go back and we'll do all this again. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Just wanted to make sure we had to roll for initiative and everything if we just didn't go back around. So it'll be the British turn. We'll be right back. Oh, one thing we have to do though is move his action pulse marker down to 2 because he's getting ready to take it. There you go. We'll be right back. See what the British want to do in response. One thing I want to make note of, and I would have seen if we would have went to battle, but the British have a nice little 2 strength point fleet, I guess, under Graves, is that? Huh. So there are warships in that harbor you have to deal with if you want to mount an attack. Alright, let me see what's going on, what we wanted to do as the British. We'll be right back. Alright, first thing we're going to do is make us a little bit of change there. Really get the two strike partners out there and place them with the 4. Our first little instance of make a change in this game. Alright, still don't know what we're doing. 4-head's kind of tough. We haven't got nothing. Unless we just want to make a grab on some of these key spots, but let's see if we can cut somebody's line of communications or what we got going on. It'll be a, sorry about that. It will be a little bit of a thought process. And there's always the option of just pass. So we'll see if we want to do that. Oh, we got markers getting moved. Is that piece of paper getting moved again? Oh. I do see that on some of Gilbert's games, he's got clamps. He knows, he's been through all this too before, but this is the first time it's ever moved. I mean, well, one thing you can't see is there's a slight little slope. So the games, you can't see with the plexi. The plexi takes it right out of the way. There's a slight little slope there. Maybe you can see the difference between the unit, how far up he is. Yeah, they're floating there a little bit. I like that plexiglass effect. I think they all should be maybe, yeah, you should put a little bit of spacers between the plexi. Yeah, I like that when they're kind of above everything, just a little bit. All right, maybe we'll do something with the Caribbean. Yeah, I think that's what we are going to do. He is in this box here, and I have no idea. It doesn't tell me in the rules what to do with him. So in this turn here, we're going to find out where to put him. I don't know if you roll a dice for him. I guess you do. He's on the fleet. You roll a die and see how many spaces he can go. We'll do that. Oh, he gets a 3. So he can go 1, 2. Oh, he's going against the wind now. That's bad news. All right, we got to find out what's going on with that. There is a penalty with going against the wind. We'll be right back. Moving against the arrows, just a 3, 1, and 2 puts him right here. He is stuck out in the zone. Oh, it's a bitch to move against the prevailing winds. I think that'll be our free movement. We still might have more, and we will let you know what our decisions are. We'll be right back. Serious thought to just passing, but we do have our yield Burgoyne, so he will come back, and that'll take up our action pulse for this turn. But where to put him, and he will be able to activate some units. But like I said, there really isn't anybody out here to do anything with. The U.S. is, whoops, let me see, I'm sorry. Philadelphia has to stay garrisoned. So does Wilmington if I want to use those places as lines of communication sources. There are 2 ports there. I got another port there. We don't have a hold of it. Baltimore. But yeah, we're going to put the units. We need troops. We don't need leaders. Let me see what I want to put the leader, and we'll be right back. We're going to put him in New York with the garrison unit there. Thoughts were maybe to put him on this fortress in Halifax, but I don't see any real threat. Maybe beef up these garrisons here, but I don't even know if Ethan Allen could go outside of New England, so I'll have to look that up if we ever want to move him, but I think everybody's pretty well safe here. It's kind of a real stall in 1775. I think that's going to take care of the British action pulse. We'll move now to the Colonial, see what they want to do. We got another leader we can bring on if we don't do nothing else, so let's see what I want to do. I'm going to draw your attention to Rule 12.2, land movement without a leader. A player moves his action pulse marker down 1 box and designates which strength point he wishes to move from a single space, the intended route, and a destination. All right, so we'll do that. Action pulse marker down 1 box. Ooh, there you go. Ooh. Its intended route. We have a militia unit here. We want to move 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Oh, and its destination, I want to be Worcester. There you go. I'm going to roll D6 with a -2 applied. The result is the number of movement points awarded. All right. Let's get a high roll. We need to get to Worcester. Oh, you can't answer any better than that. That's 4. So we'll do that. We'll move him from here. Oh, I think the road's 1. Where's our good old movement chart? Yeah. Road 1. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets him there. All right, we'll take that. We won't take that. The only bad thing about this is, now I'm thinking about, when I look at it, you gotta think about all the rules, is I don't have a general there. I don't think they could handle all those troops. We gotta find out. We have 6, we gotta check out old. He's a 2-star general. Right there. We'll be right back. 2-star leaders can move, attack, or retreat before combat with up to 10 strength points or 11 life. They can defend with more strength points and all that other good stuff. All right, well, that'll take care of my action pulse. Let's see what we want to do for free actions. I think we're good on that, but yeah, we'll be right back. That'll take care of it. Now, Boston is just a city. They can't retreat into the fortress like at that and lay siege. And another thing is, only armies can lay siege. We just got a bunch of militia. Luckily for us, the old boys from Newport were elbows and assholes and paddled like a bitch down the river and got their ass to Worcester. Yes. All right, so that'll take it for that action round, I guess. Yeah. We're not done with an action cycle. All right, we're going to roll, I'm pretty sure, for initiative for the next one. And hopefully it's the colonial turn. We'll be right back. All right, we're going on a 3rd action round. And both players are going to roll for D6 for initiative. Let's do it this way. British. Oof. British get the initiative again. That's a kind of a game changer. Let's see what they want to do in anticipation of the attack. We're right back. All right, well, I do know they don't have cell phones or instant communication. But for somehow in this game, we're allowed to lead a boy out of Halifax, leave the fortress ungarrisoned. But he can maybe get on in here. I guess I'll roll for movement. I'll have to embark. That'll be all kinds of stuff to be figuring out. We're going to take a little break here, check out the rules, and I'll let you know what the British decide to do. Yep, that pretty well takes care of our plan to move 1 British regular strength point from Halifax into Boston. We have used up all of our British transport capabilities, so we'll have to think of another plan. Just got our butts beat in our first engagement with the rabble. And surprisingly, they're, well, like I said, it all depends on the die roll. He got a great die roll with an 11. So the rebels' aims were true, and their musket balls found their targets. And as a result, old Burgoyne had to get the heck out of here. But time passes quick in this game, and he is back. Where did we put Burgoyne? Let's see what's better. It's only been one night, but I forgot all about him. Oh, I think he's over here, yeah. They moved him into New York. So there you go. Wanted to move him out of there, but our what is it, transport capability was very limited. And in videos that I watched, you'd be surprised with Britain being such a naval power, how pressed they were for transportation of goods and personnel. As a matter of fact, they had to hire a bunch of private ships of every size and shape to help them out. I guess that's what old Mr. Collins and the creators of this game, they know all about history more than me, and they got it already incorporated. But yeah, the old British. And this is something I was thinking about too, that French-Indian War. I guess I could look that up here real quick before I go mention it, but I'm going to find out who won that war. This is all British. So I guess it was the French-Indian War. I don't know why they call it Indian. Where the British using the Indians as their, or maybe it was the French and Indians versus the British. I don't know, but anyway, this is all looks like it's all been taken over by the British. I guess the British won. And in the movie Last of the Mohicans, when my mind's not that good, that general got rid of that fort, Fort William Henry, and the British lost there. So I'm not sure what happened. I mean, it might have just been a little microcosm. You can always lose battles, but still win the war. But from what I'm seeing, from what I've watched, my grasp of history, the old Brits won. You got this all take. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, bad camera work. I gotta remember about that there's an audience. All right, so this is all British here. So I'm guessing they won, and they were more concerned with the fur trade coming out of here, and more importantly, this here from the old creators of the game got this rightly smalled out here. This could be a big part of the game. And I think even reading in these rules, he said something about that. This is where all the sugars came from. So they're mostly worried about sugars A, furs B, the colonies C or even D. They let them govern themselves. They were happy to take the income. Really didn't worry about them. Like I said earlier, mostly like a country within a country. But when it came time for payments, that's the way it all is in life. You pay for something, you gotta pay your bill. They wanted the colonies to pay their bill, so they weren't too happy about that. They said, "Hey, we protected you from the evil freaking French and all that, man. Pay up." So we got a little stamp tax, this tax, that tax. It all got repealed because of the outcry and the reaction. But yeah, that was about it. And then I guess the Boston Tea Party was like the last straw. And the old king couldn't take too many more insults, and that was it. It was on. But anyway, we are back, and we had our first little contact. We gotta figure out what the heck the British are gonna do. My little knowledge of history isn't that good, so we're just playing it by ear and going back and looking how it compares. Oh, look at my little... I like this tool. This tool is really nice. Oh, yeah, as soon as I said something. You gotta watch it though. Alright, well, anyway, we'll be right back. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is roll for our old boy. Stuck out here at sea. He's up against it. Because they gotta, all the boys on the ship gotta blow real hard on those sails to go against that wind. So let's roll for his movement. Hopefully he gets a big fat 6. That's the British player. Oh, he can't even move 1. Because it costs 2 to go that way. He is stuck and seasick. Ugh. Alright, so that'll take care of one of our free actions. I'm looking for our main action pulse of I guess it's turn number 1 still. Yeah, well, we moved to I guess turn number 2. We moved that marker of season from the spring and the early summer. Somebody's got it broke down over there. Alright, let me check this out real quick. We still haven't decided what we want to do with the main action pulse of the British. Okay, well, I don't know if we missed this or what. Now let's just checking this though, because I'm always complaining about how short we are in units. We are on 1775, and we are on the early summer. So I got it now. I'm with it now. But yeah, he gets 2 British regulars, 2 Boston. So we'll put those in the what do you call it? Europe box. And it does say their destination's Boston. It does say destination Boston here, but it does say, and see, and like I said, I hate to keep on bringing this up, but sometimes I might be a little dense. All right, up here, and we'll put him in the Europe box. His destination's Boston. To Boston. British to Boston. I guess they're going from the Europe box to Boston. It doesn't say destination Boston from the Euro box. Destination. I say destination here. They got all formatted out this way. This is a different format. This is in parentheses and it says to Boston. But up here it says specifically noted below. Well, it is kind of specifically noted, but not below. So what are we doing here? Let me figure this out. You guys might be looking at this and thinking, dude, it's this way, but I can't figure it out. So I'll be right back. We like to be as real as we can here in the GWG channel. And I'm just thinking to myself, they're just not going to appear in Boston. So we're putting them all in the From Europe box. And we'll get 2 strength points. And we'll put them up there in the old From Europe box to start off our next impulse. Well, for our free action move, we're going to try to get those boys over here to all the action. Bring in some units here. Let's see what goes on. And this might have had to been done an action phase or so. One again. Bad weather in the Atlantic for my game. Just straightening it out. British used all their cards. No cards left. The old boy from up here coming on down, and he is going to be stuck over here in the New England spot. There you go. All right, that's my free actions. Wow. I have no idea what I'm going to do with my first impulse. I've been checking it out between this segment of the video and the last segment. It's been about, and that's just in between these segments. It could be, a day or a couple minutes, but I've been spending the last 5 minutes or so figuring out if we missed him, because we already did put in the colonial reinforcements for early summer, Putnam and Ward. We already got them out of, or put them in the box. We must have missed or skipped the British reinforcements, which were early summer 2 BRs to Boston. And I've looked on the board to see if there were 2 strike points. And I could have went through, I guess, and looked through all my videos, but I wasn't going to do that. So I'm pretty sure we missed it. We got them on there. So there we go. We're up to date and figuring out what we're going to do with our main action pulse for the British. We'll be right back. Well, since we already moved our old boy, or tried to move him and failed, that's one thing I was wanting to know with these free actions. Following moving units from the Europe box are completely free. All right, well, that was another one. All right, I didn't know if this was going to be the same as this one, moving land units via British naval transport. Let me see. British transport capability is 0. Huh. I gotta check that out now. Yeah, this old boy could still move. All right. What's that transport? When that transport capability gets down to 0, there, creators of the game, does that mean nobody can move anymore, or we just can't add more people? Yeah. Now, if its transportation capability is at 0, can the old boy move from Britain? I need to be a playtester. We'll be right back. All right, they got it covered. Reinforcements do not count. All right, the maximum transport capability is 10. Bringing up to 10 land units can perform naval transport. Okay, so performing naval transport. What do we do about our old boy here? What's he counted as? All right, well, that one there is legal. Reinforcements can always come in. You ain't got to worry about that. Okay, we don't have to think about him. If our transportation capability has already been taken up. But it's just a question to be pondered, and we got our answer. We'll be back. Now, as far as that unit out at sea, you want to come down to here. This might be the key, because it costs 1 movement point to embark. We haven't embarked yet, so therefore we are not using up any more British transport capability. There you go. That'll be the key I'm going to use as my standard. So these little boys here can still move freely. We have answered that question, and we'll be back. All right, well, I'm thinking the old boys in Boston are going to fortress on up. I don't see no reason why we can't. I'm going to look at the rules here and see if there's a reason why we couldn't, but I would think that would be the logical thing to do. Build a fort. You know what, though? Forts are only for 1 or 2 strength points. I think that's what they are. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot more strength points there. I'm going to go through that rule. See, there's always something. You got to remember everything on this game. We just got done playing Victory Games Central America for a year, and we know that game in and out. I mean, it's really like, it's nice to, after you've played this for a while, and I'm sure this will all be second nature after a while, but you got to remember all that stuff. So, yeah, we were going to put a fortress in there. You know what? I think he's already got it entrenched, too, anyway. Yeah, he's got an entrenchment there, so I guess moved on that idea. Moved our next little light bulb that goes off. We'll be back. All right, as the British kind of feel like the attack is coming. So, what we're going to do is try to get them some reinforcements from Fort Ticonderoga. And we'll show you who we got there if we can get close with the camera. There you go. We're going to try to move us a couple of loyalist strike points. I know I can split them up and everything, but I think we'll take the whole 2. Not really worried about Ethan Allen because I don't know if he can cross on over. I'll have to look and see. I think they got to stay within their region. They can move the colony to colony, but they got to stay in their region, which kind of begs the why I would think that would be wrong is because historically he did attack Fort Ticonderoga, him and Arnold. So what's the deal on that, Gilbert? Yeah, let me look this up right now. Coming down here, the old 10.17 important concepts. If I can find it, there you go. Militia units can leave their colony, but never their region. Now, do I have colonies and regions mixed up? I don't think I do. Let me make sure that's it. I'm pretty sure this is a region, the yellow, and within it are colonies. Yeah, so how did Ethan Allen attack Fort Ticonderoga? His militia couldn't have left New England. Let me find this out real quick. All right, Allen is in. Oh, I believe it's New Hampshire. New England would be New Hampshire, wouldn't it? Yep. So there we go. I mean, I didn't fail that class. All right. Ticonderoga is in New York. Different region. What is up with that? I don't know. Am I missing something here, people? Oh, Ticonderoga. It's in New York, I'm pretty sure. All right, well, for the sake of this game, he's not crossing, so I don't know how he did it historically, but the old boy's got him handcuffed in this game, so he's not going nowhere. So therefore, we'll try to move all 4 of those strike points. Now, do we try to move with a leader? We do have 2 leaders there. Johnson is a loyalist leader. Let me look on the procedures here. This is in Fort Ticonderoga. Now, you would think it'd be easier for him to move with a leader. But I think our last units, when we had to get a movement with strike points, where was that? And they made it. Where was that? Oh, it was from New London. But he only needed, how many did he need? 1, 2, 3. He only needed 3, and a strike point without a leader made it there. So let me look at the rules real quick. We'll be right back. Advantages and disadvantages of without a leader. Without a leader, we get a D6 -2, so we just lucked out on that roll. And this one here, you get 4, but you have to roll for the leader's activation. This one here, you don't have to roll for activation, so they can always move. But this one here, you have to roll for activation. Huh. I see. But they're moving D6 -2, so they can't move as far. All right, we're gonna go ahead and roll 1 die, 1 British die for the movement, and he needs a 4 or less to be able to get out of Ticonderoga. Oh, he gets it. All right, so he will move his full complement of 4 movement points with his strength point. Let's see what we got here. Ticonderoga. We have 1, 2, 3. Make sure I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets there. Johnson reinforces Boston with Gage and the boys. We'll be right back. Getting there. We're reinforced on up. The stacks are getting bigger. We'll go ahead and move the British Action Pulse. Now we're ready for the Colonial Action Pulse. We'll be right back. Well, you know, the old game mechanics got me thinking that since in this game, I mean, these guys can't be, they gotta know what they're doing. So I'm thinking maybe in 1776, when all these militia start popping up after everywhere, that's when they went after Ticonderoga. Because right now, there's no way, there's nobody that can do that. So interesting thing to look up is, when did they take Ticonderoga? Was that in 1776 when all the militia were here? It'd be really cool if I look on the videos and find out that was the case. And then, yeah, he would still be historically correct in my precocious or presumptuous assumption that they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. It's probably wrong. So you go. They probably didn't take Ticonderoga until 1776. We'll find that right out. Right. Well, when I'm saying this, it's all you probably know it, but I'm just finding it out. And I didn't really look into it, but the French were expelled after the British won the French and Indian War. Okay, like I said, it explains a lot. It's pretty much what we figured, that all being red. But, and this is something I don't know. Ticonderoga was captured by Ethan Allen in 1775, May 10th. How's he going to do it when his freaking militia can't cross on over into another region? Yeah, am I missing something? I must be missing something. Because I do believe in Gilbert's own playthrough, they went after Ticonderoga. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, besides the historical slash, or rather the game versus historical inconsistencies, I'm pretty sure I got it right. I mean, I just showed you what happened, everything else. I'm so tempted to bother old Gilbert again and ask him about it, but I ain't gonna be a pest. We'll live with it. All right, let's go ahead and I think we're gonna have to try to grab Boston. Let me look at that. It might be an ill-fated or an ill-conceived plan, but man, they just got 2 strength points. Did they get 2 strength points in there? Yeah, it's a loyalist. We want to get them in there before more comes in. We will look at the battle and see if it's if we can pull it off. We'll be right back. All right, well, Mr. Ward, sitting down, checking everything out. Oh, I want to make a note too that we did build that fort on here, but only 2 strength points. Up 1 or 2 strength points can only take advantage of it. So whether that was a thing to do or not, these are mostly for small garrisons. If you only got 1 or 2 strength points out there and you kind of want to give them a little bit more beef, this helps beef up 1 or 2 strength points. They're not that big and don't have a big personnel capacity, I'm guessing. But here you go. We would be looking at, and this is the main thing with any attack, and it was probably something we overlooked with that attack in Norwich. It was, basic military odds. And it was a bad odds attack, but I thought maybe the regular unit and all the die roll modifiers might have been able to overcome it, but it all depends on the die roll. British rolled low, rebels rolled high. So now we gotta look at the initial odds: 6, 7, 8, 9 versus a 4, 5, 6. Huh. Them are the potential differences there. And I think you can only use 1 of these general's ratings. Might be Johnson. Johnson might have a better rating. Oh no, I think you have to go by rank. So Gage will definitely have to use his rating, which is a D, which is, he ain't as good of a general as Johnson. Over here though, we got old Ward. I'm thinking we're gonna do this attack. Let's have some fun. Call this a video. Come on back for the battle or assault on Boston. All right, 2 notes before we upload to YouTube. The first one being, earlier I said that my units took off from New London. No, he took off from New Haven, but still it was a 1, 2, and 3 to Worcester. So they got Rouse's wrong. It wasn't New London. He took off from New Haven. Those militia strength points that moved on their own. Another thing I want to make note of, and the difference between entrenchments and fortresses. It might have been more advantageous because, like I said, fortresses are only little outposts for 1 or 2 strength points out in the middle of nowhere for them to take shelter in. They don't have the capacity for big units. But the older boys here have got entrenchments here, so maybe entrenchments will provide you with the advantage on a die roll for the whole combat. Or this only gives you, maybe doubles up the defense of 1 or 2 units. So if you got a 2 strength pointer there, it'll be a 4, 1 will be a 2. In this spot here. So in other words, this here is only protecting maybe these 2. And if you see what I'm saying. So I should have, and maybe I will in the future. I don't know if you can have both of them on there. You probably can't have both of them on there. We need to get rid of this and put this in. I'm going to look under the procedure. Maybe we'll just exchange this for a trench, saying that I'm just a newbie. So let me look. We'll look at the procedures and we'll kind of flip this on over. If it ain't no big deal, if I could have put a trench in where I would have put a fort, we'll do it. Giving me
newbie greenhorn exception because I didn't know it, so we should have put a trench there. All right, we're going to call this video before it gets too long. We're having way too much fun with this game. Thank you very much, Compass.